member for Halifax Citadel, Sable Island.
Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Finance. When asked about the rising cost of living in the spring, the Minister said, "The reality is nobody likes inflation. Nobody likes interest rate increases. What I hope is that in the long run, we get back to a more reasonable level of inflation so that consumers and everyone in society is protected," and I'll table that. The Bank of Canada hiked interest rates 4 times since then, including just yesterday to 3.75%. This will squeeze people again who are already falling behind on mortgage payments and credit card bills. Mr. Speaker, the Minister doesn't seem to think it's his government's job to help working people weather a cost of living crisis. I would like to ask him, whose job is it?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, the member is correct. We saw another raise in the interest rate yesterday by the central bank. It is a non-political entity. Their goal is to try to bring the squeeze of inflation back off of people, Mr. Speaker. We know people are suffering with the cost of inflation, and we know, hopefully, in the short term, interest payments on mortgages are going up, but we hope that is a short-term problem, Mr. Speaker, so that in the longer term, the squeeze of inflation and how it's hurting people right now will go away.
The Honourable Member for Halifax Citadel, Sable Island.
Mr. Speaker, people need help with the cost of food. Someone from Bible Hill recently shared with us, "We've had to switch to using a credit card to buy groceries because there's never enough in the bank at once. That only lasted for about 3 months, and now the credit card is within $50 of being maxed out after every grocery run. And I'm going hungry for half a week at a time just to try and help balance grocery costs." Meanwhile, the Minister is giving a $24 million tax cut to corporations, but no relief to middle-income people. Mr. Speaker, how bad will it have to get before this government steps in to help Nova Scotians?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Speaker, I can see what the member is trying to do in suggesting a tax cut is coming at someone else's expense, Mr. Speaker, but that tax cut could bring good things to this province, Mr. Speaker. We've seen companies come here, make significant capital investments, create jobs that have lasted many, many years, Mr. Speaker, and those are jobs that can protect people from times like we're in, Mr. Speaker, because they can often bring with them very good wages and benefit packages. So I would ask the member not to be disparaging something that could bring something that's good to the province and trying to connect it to something else.